everybody. Welcome. It is Thursday night. Welcome to the Cantina Happy Hour right here on Feast of Fandoms. We are so glad you joined us. I am your host, David. With me, as always, are my co-hosts, Debbie. Debbie, how are you this evening?
Doing well. I'm glad it's
Awesome.
Thursday, even though it's a short work week. It feels like it's been the longest for some bizarre reason. I don't know why.
I completely agree. In fact, I was kind of hoping today, as I was leaving work, I was just like, yes. Oh, I got one more day. Dang it.
I woke up thinking it was Friday, and I was like, then when I realized, I was like, oh.
I didn't think that because always on Thursday, I love waking up on Thursdays because I'm always like, we get to do a show tonight, and I'm excited about that. So, also with us tonight is Cam from Cam and Focus. How are you, sir?
I am doing okay. I am equally glad that it is the end of the week because it has been one.
Yes, it's been a week. Awesome. Well, what do we got tonight? What are we doing tonight? Oh, we're doing Clone Wars. We got a 3-episode arc we are doing tonight. It's the Ryloth Arc. They split this up into 3 separate what do you call it? There was 4 Jedi involved in this, and each one kind of got his own little story. I mean, you got to add Anakin and Ahsoka together because that's Master Padawan. But so Anakin and Ahsoka had their own story, and then you had Obi-Wan had his own thing, and then of course Mace Windu had his own thing. So, but all of it revolves around Ryloth. It's all the big battle to get to Ryloth. You've got the first episode focusing on the space battle so that they can land the troops. The second episode, we can't quite land them because there's too many ground defenses. So we got to take out the ground defenses. And in the third episode, now we've got to take back the capital, as it were. So, Debbie, you had mentioned in our chat that this was one of your favorite arcs.
Yes, it is.
Why? I'm not questioning you. I'm just.
Are you disagreeing with me?
No, not at all. Not at all. I did enjoy this arc. I like this one.
I don't know. I just thought it was really good arc. I mean, we had a planet, a world in trouble. The Twi'leks were, being held hostage by the separatists, but it was the techno union that was, the brains of it or whatever. And, and then we get a good conclusion, with them fighting back finally and taking back their world. So, yeah, I thought it was a really good arc.
Cam, what were your thoughts on this one?
I thought it was a fairly decent arc too. It was for a kids show. Yeah, it took itself the right amount of serious. It didn't feel like it was trudging too far into, Andor type content, but it also didn't feel like it was all sunshine and giggles either. It had a decent amount of both sides of the spectrum, and I appreciate whenever a show like this that's targeted at a younger audience, really has the backbone to say, hey, sometimes times are tough.
Well, and you've got to think too. I mean, you're looking this. Obviously, this show was what 2008, give or take. So you've got to think that the people who grew up with Star Wars, like this is a prime example of this. The people who grew up with Star Wars, the original generation of Star Wars people, this is something that we could sit down. Hey, Andrew's on. Andrew's not here tonight. He's on vacation. Must be nice.
Must be nice.
I'd like to go on vacation. But this is one of those ones where it's it was good. The original generation of Star Wars could sit down with the newer generation of Star Wars, which would be their kids, and both sides would enjoy it. Like you said, Cam, there was enough. It was a wonderful blend of cutesy kid stuff with the adult entertainment, and again, it made a Star Wars that we love. So you had all the main characters, all the main players in it, which would have been Anakin and Obi-Wan and Ahsoka, and of course let's throw Mace Windu in there. Yeah, everybody likes Mace Windu. So I mean, it was, and each one of them had their own little obstacles that they had to. I don't even want to hear it. Hey, that's a nice Superman. Who drew that? You see his picture down here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Andrew's
I
at
wonder.
the beach.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's not with
beach.
us tonight because he's at the beach.
Unbelievable.
He's
How
down at the golf
rude.
club. I'm telling you.
He doesn't like sand like Anakin.
Oh, please. God. That's where Anakin and I differ, because I love the beach and I love sand.
I never
So,
cared for the sand. Especially when you leave and you get in your car and you've tried to shake it all off and you drive home, you get out of the car and there's like a foot of sand in your car. Where did that come from?
There's sand that you're washing out of cracks and orifices that you never knew you had.
For days.
Yeah.
Especially if you've got thick hair like mine and you're trying to wash it and you wash it once and you're like, oh, I still feel a little grit or whatever. So you're washing it again, in the same shower. I mean, in the same,
It's much
washing.
like having a live Christmas tree around Christmas time. By the end of the season, you get it out of there, and there's pine needles everywhere. You can never get rid of them. They are constantly in your home.
No matter how much you vacuum, they are still there.
Yeah.
3 months later, and you're walking barefoot or something in the house, and all of a sudden it's like, boing! Oh, pine needle on my foot.
Yep, pretty much. But we'll start off with the first. You've got Anakin and Ahsoka. They're doing the space battle. Ahsoka has this is a teachable moment, or a teachable episode for Ahsoka. She deals with her first command, and as everyone who is put in a position of leadership, inevitably you're going to fail at something. And she fails her first step out. And
this is it irked me because this is your first command, okay? But yet you don't listen to your superiors. Now, and she slaps it in Anakin. Well, you do it. You go off the rails. Blah blah blah. Okay, yeah. How long has he been a Jedi?
Mm-hmm.
And a general, and you are still a Padawan, and you have not been in this position before. Yeah, so it's just like, shut up and listen to your superiors. I mean, she even blew off what's his face?
Admiral
Yulan, or
yeah.
I'm sure I said that wrong. Yeah, I'm like, that's just rude. But 12, typical preteen. I know what I'm doing.
but see, and this is one of the issues that I always had with Ahsoka is yes, she's a Jedi. Yes, she's a Padawan. And she's 12. You don't put her in charge of anything. I don't care if she's a Jedi. She's 12.
But this is the problem. This is the problem that the Clone Wars and the war that Palpatine has instigated is that they are so stretched thin that they have to put the young ones in positions that normally under peacetime would not ever be in.
Well, and I mean, it's not just this example for me. I mean, we've got an episode or an arc coming up, and it's several seasons away, where you've got Ahsoka taking the younglings to go find their lightsaber crystals. It's Ahsoka and Yoda and what's the droid?
Yuang
Anyway.
or Huang.
Yeah, something like that. But anyway, and basically she's giving them all of this Star Wars lore and doing all this stuff, or Star Wars lightsaber lore, and teaching them about building their lightsaber. And I'm like, you are a Padawan. You don't know squat. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, but she's been through that process before. She's had to go through that process.
But
that tradition.
My thoughts on all of that is that you've got a character that they created and they wanted to be popular, which, I mean, she by that point she was, but that they wanted to be popular. They wanted her to have her spot in the Star Wars lore. And so you are thrusting her into all of these situations that a normal person is going to look at and go, I don't see that happening. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Like I said, it had to do. It's not just this. This was, again, one of my issues with Ahsoka.
But then again, this is after Clone Wars, the movie, or Attack of the Clones, and they lost a lot of Jedi at the Battle of Geonosis. And again, they are stretched thin. They're all over the galaxy trying to combat the Separatists.
Doesn't mean I have.
Was it a good idea? No, but desperate times, desperate measures.
For desperate measures. So, but again, she doesn't listen. She loses half of her squadron or more.
I think there's only 2 left.
Yeah, it was. They lost a lot. In fact, all through this entire arc, through all 3 episodes, each one of them loses a lot at some point. Because I think there is even a head count in each one that says, how many did we lose? Oh, like 30. Oh, 40 this time. Oh, it was like, what? All right. Yeah. I mean, Ryloth was obviously a tough battle for them. But of course, when you have that initial failure as a commander, you tend to lose your confidence. And especially with Ahsoka, because I think with Ahsoka it hit her harder because, and I'm trying to think if it was the Clone Wars movie where she was talking to Rex, I believe, and she said something like, well, if you're a sergeant or whatever, and I'm a Jedi, doesn't that kind of put me in command or in charge of things and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, he tells her, look, respect is earned. You start acting like your Master Skywalker and we'll talk. But until that happens, until you have earned our respect.
Proven yourself.
Yeah, proven yourself, cut your teeth, if you will, then we'll talk about that. And I think with this one, this was one of those ones where she probably thought, okay, I'm going to be able to stand out here. I'm going to be able to do what I need to do and really, earn my keep. And then it's like, sorry, I messed up. And I think I think in her mind, she's looking at it like, oh, I just lost any type of respect that I may have had because I lost so many clones.
Well, even the Admiral turned to Anakin and said, did you teach her to disobey rules or orders?
Yeah. And this too, I mean, and this, this goes on, this is part of her character development, and you see it a lot, especially like in the last season when she's going through all the Order 66 stuff, and she's, she and Rex, she's like, look, they're still our guys, don't kill them, stun only, we're not trying to kill them, we're just trying to get away from them. So I mean, even that is boiling down, you can tell that she has this affinity with the clones, and she,
much like Anakin. Whereas a lot of the other Jedi, and I'm not going to name the one I absolutely hate, but a lot of the Jedi, they're just expendable, because Obi-Wan kind of says it in Revenge of the Sith, the opening scene during the space battle. Anakin's wanting to go back and help the clones, and
and them,
no, Obi-Wan's like, no, that's what they're here for, to get killed and wiped out.
They're doing their job so that we can do ours.
Yeah, I'm still not very sensitive, though. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Because I feel like even the Jedi have kind of this predisposition towards the clones, kind of seeing them as pawns on a chessboard, really. Just
exactly, they're numbers.
Yeah. And when we had talked about the first couple episodes a few weeks back, we had mentioned that Yoda and Plo Koon showing humanity towards the clones is really the first time we've seen that. I mean, Obi-Wan was kind of friendly with Cody in Revenge of the Sith, but even that was more what's the word I'm looking for?
It seemed kind of forced almost.
Yeah.
Pong Krell, that's who it was, wasn't it?
I'm sorry?
Debbie said something about the Jedi she hates and she's not going to mention it. I kept thinking, who is it? Who's just driving me nuts? I was going to
that guy.
I remember.
Oh, man. I mean, that arc makes me so mad, and I usually cry a little during it because I just hate him so much, and the way he treats the clones, I just hate him. But yes, that's who I was referring to.
All right. Anyway, but then Anakin comes up with, of course, with a plan to break the blockade, which let's see, how do I want to put this? There are so many people, Star Wars fans, that don't like The Last Jedi because of what Admiral Holdo did in The Last Jedi. Oh, that wouldn't happen. They couldn't do that. Blah, 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 blah. And guess what Anakin did?
He just didn't go to light speed.
He didn't go to light speed, but yeah. But still.
Still the same idea.
All you haters out there, Anakin did it first. Don't say it's a dumb idea.
He did it better.
They don't take anything from the Lord. They don't take anything from the EU. They don't.
Oh, they couldn't do that. Oh, that's horrible. Why didn't they? Anyway.
That's our soapbox for the night.
Yep. but again, and I love the way that Anakin did this, because he sat there and told Ahsoka, he sees how this has affected Ahsoka. He even tells her at some point, you need to go to your room and just cool off. Just cool off and cool down and collect your thoughts, rethink your position, blah, 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 blah. And then they come up with this plan. She's hesitant to go out and do it. And he just says, he just is kind of like, oh, tough tooties. You're going to figure this out. I mean,
he get back on the saddle.
Yeah. What do we do when we fall off the horse, Master Bruce? We get back up there. But I loved his approach to this too, though, because I mean, he crashes the destroyer. It's him and R2. They crash the destroyer into the control ship, and they jump out of the escape pod, and then he's like, "I'm done. I'm just gonna sit back and watch the fireworks."
All he needed was
And
some popcorn.
yeah, and for him, that was. I mean, that was the thing. You know, it's like we need to thrust Ahsoka into this leadership position, and we need to make sure that she knows that I'm not going to be there all the time, and she needs to make some of these quick snap decisions herself and figure out how she's going to carry herself. I think it was a wonderful learning opportunity for her, and
And she
also, I
needs to
mean,
learn, that there's going to be a lot of times where you make a mistake, but you just got to
yeah,
come back and learn from that mistake and do better.
right. And two, it wasn't like it was again a lot like The Last Jedi. We're not going to tell you exactly the plan. We're not going to tell you how all this is going to pan out. We're going to try and let you figure this out on your own. You know, you figure it out. We know you have the capabilities and the abilities. And it was like Holdo not telling Poe what's going on. But that was different because if she had told Poe what was happening, most of that movie could have been just tell everybody what you're doing. It's not like they're going to jump back and go tell Snoke what's going on. They're not. No.
Yeah, and I feel like with this story that they're telling, there's a better way to teach Ahsoka to deal with mistakes when there's not a whole bunch of lives on the line.
And it's true. I'll buy that. But and by lives other than the clones, I also assume you mean Ryloth as well,
yeah.
just the citizens of Ryloth. But I also look at it too to where Anakin had enough confidence in Ahsoka, knowing that she could do it.
Sure.
That was, I think that's what it is. It's like, and he was still right there. He probably could have stepped in at any time and said, "No, stop, Ahsoka. You're doing this wrong. Do it this way." And she probably would have listened to him, but she's not going to learn that way. She's not going to learn to think outside the box and on her own. So,
I suppose.
But anyway, we move on to the next episode, and it's Obi-Wan and his clones, and they're gonna go. They're trying to land on the planet. We can't. The gunships can get through though because there's air defenses. So Obi-Wan and his clones are tasked with taking out the cannons that are keeping the ships from landing. You get 4 of them, I think, and we're gonna split up. We're gonna try and find where we are, find the cannons, find out what's going on, and of course now we're introduced to a little girl because we gotta
See, I loved this episode because it showed a different side to the clones. Well, except for Boyle, he was kind of a ass there at the beginning. Tailheads, just being rude.
yeah.
But Wax, he was more sensitive and I just really like the way he approached the little girl. And you don't normally see this with the clones, at least in the first season. So I really liked this episode because it showed that different side of the clones. Me personally, at least. So
and this too, this is one of those ones where you've got the one and he's like, we got to get back, and then the other one's like, no, we can help the little girl, we can give her some food, and we can get her doll back from her house or whatever they were doing. And oh well, now we're late and we're screwed and we don't know what's going on. And of course Obi-Wan shows up, but this is one of those ones, and I love this. they've used this in Star Wars since Return of the Jedi, really, and it's one of these. It's the trope, the storytelling trope of we've got a little mouse over here, and we're going to treat it and feed it, or we're going to treat it well, and we're going to feed it, and we're going to be nice to it. And while it may seem like a minor annoyance at the time, eventually that's going to be the little mouse that leads you to the treasure chest that has the golden sword in it that helps you defeat the bigger, badder enemy. The mouse knows where it is, and in this case, it's the same kind of thing, to where you've got the little girl, and you're like, okay, well, what does this have to do with anything? Well, guess what? The little girl knows all the underground tunnels, and she can help you get into the city where the cannons are. It's the mouse pulling the thorn out of the lion's foot, if you will.
Mhm.
So, and
Yeah,
yes,
but
again.
plus-
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, plus beyond that, it gave us that heartwarming moment at the end where the girl calls him. I can't remember exactly what word she used, but
Nira.
yeah. And as they're walking away, Obi-Wan says that it means brother, and it's just it's just like, not that that's any staggeringly emotional moment, but at the end
Debbie
of all
cried. I'll bet you did.
I
didn't you?
did. I was just like, oh, that's so sweet, because all the clones, they call each other brother. So I just thought, oh, that was just so sweet. I loved it.
And I'm
I
pretty
know
sure,
I am a sentimental fool. Go ahead.
pretty sure that same girl shows up either in Rebels or Bad Batch. I forget which one it is, but I know that she does show up elsewhere. It's in one of those shows. I just can't remember which one it is.
Oh, the little girl,
Yeah.
Numa.
Yes.
I think you're right. I'm trying to remember where, though. I know that it was probably the Bad Batch, because didn't they had an episode or two on Ryloth, because we had to throw Hera in there too.
That might have been.
Omega and Hera were running around. So, yeah, that sounds about right.
But every time that I would see that little girl and hear her name, all I can think of is Maya here, Maya here. Numa, 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 yay. Numa, Numa, yay.
Love that song. But again too, and we've got this was the one with the big creatures, right?
I didn't catch what they were. Guteras or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
But we had Blurg.
Yeah.
That we seen in Mando, which I thought it was funny that the clone, some of the clones were able to write it with ease, the Blurg, and then Mando had so many problems trying to. I was like, really, dude? Come on.
Well, if Mando would have listened when he was trying to tell him how to ride them, he probably could have ridden them easy. I mean, he said, "I have spoken." I would kind of think that means, hey, I'm listening. But anyway, yes, we had the Blurg, and they were. Was this the one with the? No, that's the next one. Because the Blurg was in the third episode, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because they had them with the walkers, the ATPTs. No, not PTs. What are those? ATRTs. I don't remember. Anyway, so many AT. But yeah, then we get into this. We got to take the capital. One way in, It's a light bridge. Basically, we've got to storm the castle. There's only one way in. How are we going to do this? And now we get into Mace Windu's side of the story, and he's going to recruit the local freedom fighters that are there trying to get rid of the separatists, which I think that perplexed me too, because he approached them and said, "Hey, we're here to help. We're trying to get rid of the droids for you." And I mean, I get, oh well, so why? So you can whatever. And I'm like,
Occupy us. Yeah.
yeah. So we can be occupied by you? No, I don't think so. And I'm like, ding dong. He's trying to help you.
Well, Cham Syndulla, anytime he pops up in an episode, because we do see him later on, but he really comes off as a freaking jerk every single time.
Does. He'll pop up again here. I think he'll pop up again too. Obviously he'll pop up in
Rebels.
Bad Batch. Well, he pops up in Bad Batch. It's Hera's dad, so I'm fairly certain
she's not in Bad Batch.
Yes, she was, because she and Echo were running around in an episode.
Was
or
she?
Not Echo, Omega. Yes, Hera. Hera was in Bad Batch.
Fine, I'll go watch Bad Batch again. It's hard to remember all this stuff at my age. I'm old.
No.
The memory is not what it used to be.
But yeah, he really does. I mean, he's almost. It's almost like I'm doing what I think is for the best of my people, but if I don't like the way it looks, it's not the best for my people, kind of thing. And it's like, dude, come on. Sometimes you got to have help.
Now,
sometimes you need help.
I think this has been asked before. I don't know if it's been asked on our show or maybe I've watched it on another show. But so was that supposed to be little Hera?
Who? The little girl?
Yeah, the little girl that, in the cave, not Numa, but the other little girl. Because, she runs to him and he picks her up and, I'm like,
possibly, but I don't think that when they did this episode, they were planning for anything like that, because Rebels didn't come out until 2014 and this was 2008.
Right. Well, I was just curious because I was just like,
I'm sure retroactively they might have gone back and said, "Oh yeah, that's who that is."
Well,
of course,
wrong color and looks nothing like Hera. So it's just like
maybe Champ had multiple.
I was gonna say,
did she have siblings? Maybe.
I was gonna say, did it ever mention Hera having siblings?
I don't recall. I'd have to go back through Rebels and watch that.
The only thing I could think that it might have been in is that one episode with where Thrawn was going. He had the little trinket or whatever from her homeworld. Hang on, I'm trying to find the episode with Ryloth and the Bad Batch, but anyway,
5. Oh, wait. Sorry. Wait a minute. I put in Hera and it gave me Greek mythology. Whoops. Move along. I'll keep looking.
So anyway, you've got Mace attempting to get into the castle, and in the meantime, I love the interaction between the tactical droid and the he wasn't trade. What was he? Techno Union guy. He was very much about, I'm stealing everything that I can from this planet before we burn it down. And the droid was more like the clanker Yeah, I said it. It was more about the we got to get out of here. They're winning. We need to leave.
She had a younger brother who died when he was young.
Okay, so it wouldn't have been an older sister then. Maybe that was her. And she just like molted or something and changed color. I don't know.
What, like a snake? Do
Sure, why not?
And change colors? Do they change colors?
How do we know? What do you know what a Twi'lek does?
Don't know, but I don't think they molt. That's just my opinion. I mean, anybody watching, if they know.
Hera's going through her preteen years. It's almost time for her molt. She will change color. We need to leave her alone. She'll change color, remove her exoskin.
When she hits puberty.
Yeah, exactly. She'll outgrow her baby skin and need to remove it for her new skin. Sure, why not? Sounds good, doesn't it?
Or maybe it was just some rando kid running around the cave and she was a big fan of Cham.
Yeah, maybe. But anyway, and of course you get the whole we're going to we're trying to recruit the freedom fighters, and they're not real sure that they want to do it until they see the city burned. And then they're like, "Oh, we know what's going on here. Yes, of course we will help you." It's the whole Treebeard approaching Isengard thing. I knew some of these trees when they were but saplings. All right, that's it. I'm pissed. Let's go.
Well, not before there's an agreement with the senator. What's his name? Ta?
Yeah, something like that.
Who I don't know. I'm sure it's probably within Clone Wars where he proves to be a real jerk. Also,
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Was
so,
Oh no, a jerk senator character. Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah.
like we haven't seen that yet. But yeah, he had to come to an agreement that, we won't be occupied by the Republic when the droids leave.
Right. And that's kind of what everybody wants. And then of course we stormed the castle. I loved Mace getting over the light bridge. I thought that was amazing. I thought it was
Plasma.
Whatever. I thought again, it was you got 2 or 3 of the clones and they're almost there and the bridge is going out. He force shoves them over, and in the meantime he's basically walking. So cool. So cool. That's exactly what I would have exactly what I would have done. But and then of course the day is won by our heroes, and Ryloth is once again free and everybody's happy and joyful.
For now.
And there was much rejoicing.
Yay!
Isn't there in further down the line, I think we go back to Ryloth, and I don't know, there's some, I think Cham is calling,
it seems like
causing trouble for someone or some, I don't know. I don't know if he's trying to get power or what it is. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, not all is kittens and puppies.
it seems like there's 2 or 3 more arcs where we go back to Ryloth for something or another.
Probably.
But I don't.
I love Ryloth.
Yeah, it's like Tatooine. It's kind of the center of the universe. So, anyway, anything else with this glorious arc?
And I had something, and then it just flittered away. Oh man, what was I gonna say?
I don't know.
I hate that. Oh well.
Ken, did you have anything else?
No, I don't think so. I'd say that this is I mean, of the arcs and episodes of Clone Wars that we've covered so far the last few weeks, I'd say that this one has probably been my favorite.
Well, and this is again, you're in a freshman season, your first season, you're still trying to find your footing, and I think they pulled this one off very well. So I think we're golden.
Yeah, because we only got one more episode of this
next week
season, and then the week after we'll be doing Rebuild the Galaxy, but
yay! I'm excited about that one. But I have a right to be.
I like them. I think they're fun movies.
Oh yeah,
the Lego movies. Yeah,
I love them. Love them. Go watch the Droid Tales. Those are pretty good. Those are all on Disney Plus. There's a bunch of Lego Star Wars specials on Disney Plus. So there's one that's not on there that I wish was, because it's one of my favorites. It's the Padawan Menace. I love that one. But
I remember that one.
Yeah, I think that might have been the first one.
Why wouldn't it be on there?
I don't know, but I know it's not, because it came. That one was. It happened during the Clone Wars. It was Yoda, and he had a school bus full of younglings that they were taking to the Senate to learn about the Senate stuff, and a stowaway from a ship stows away with the younglings because he doesn't want to get caught for something. And of course, Ventress shows up and tries to blow everything up, and 3PO and R2 have to save the younglings, and they end up crashing.
This is a Lego movie?
They end up crashing on Tatooine, and the younglings defeat Jabba and his Rancor, and they all get back to Coruscant, and everybody's happy and joyful. And it turns out that the one youngling who was the stowaway, everybody thought his name was Ian, but he had his name tag on wrong, and it was Han. It wasn't Ian, it was Han. Flip the H around. Han Solo. It was little baby Han Solo. I was like, haha, I saw what you did there. All right. But yes, the Padawan Menace. I own the DVD. It's amazing, amazing little. It's like 30 minutes. It's great. Love it. So, all right. Shameless plugs. What do we got tonight, Debbie?
Let's see. We did not have episode of War of the Stars drop this week. They were on vacation.
Nice.
Saturday will be the Geek Gauntlet. Monday we will be back because we took Monday off because we were on vacation.
Okay, fine.
We'll be back with Jessica Jones, right?
Yeah, I think
Jessica
we got
Jones.
two or three episodes left.
Yeah, and then
I'll have to look.
Oh no, wait, Marvel. Yeah, Marvel Zombies will be coming out the 24th. But I think we determined we'd be able to finish up Jessica season 1.
I think we finished season 1. It's like we finished season the day we finished, or the Wednesday we finished, or the Monday we finished season 1. I think that Wednesday is when Zombies drops. So
I'm very excited. Did you like the trailer? Did you watch the trailer?
Of course, I sent it to you.
Oh, well, I probably seen it on TikTok earlier, but yeah, I thought it looked really good. What did you think, Cam?
I'll be honest, I haven't seen the trailer yet.
Oh my God.
I know. I really dropped the ball there.
Slacker.
I know. I've been so off the train with Marvel lately that it's just things come out and I don't even know that they're coming out until people are already talking about them when they're out. So it's like I don't know. I've fallen off the train and I'm finding it hard to get back on, even though I've liked some of the stuff that's come out lately.
Well, I thought it
Yes,
was awesome. It looked really good.
we have fiddlesticks. See what I did there? We have 3 episodes of Jessica Jones left, and that will put us the last episode, the season finale of season 1 will be on the 22nd, and then on the 24th is what you call it?
Zombies.
Yeah.
And I believe it's rated TVMA, so
I think
Nice.
it is.
I was like, all right, let's go. Was the first one? I don't remember. Was the first one MA or not?
No, because the first one was just that one what if episode. So I don't think so.
Oh, okay. That's right. That's right.
And so help me God, if Captain Britain makes an appearance, I'm gonna be
maybe she gets bit by a zombie.
maybe she just doesn't need to be in it.
Oh, but it looked good. I'm excited for it.
I am too. Cam, shameless plugs. What have you got?
This Sunday on Cam and Focus, we'll be discussing Thunderbolts. I've been trying to stay away from big franchise movies, when I'm doing these streams, but I'm making an exception for Thunderbolts just because the more I watch it and the more I think about it, the more I truly adore that movie. So definitely,
I watched it this past weekend. I watched it again.
Oh yeah,
I was watching it last night while I was doing Lego stuff, and I only got about halfway through, and I had to go to bed because I was tired. But
gotcha.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of it.
All right. Yeah, I find it to be one of the better Marvel anything that's come out lately. I mean, the story is it has these larger than life characters, but the story is brought down to a really intimate level. The action is super well filmed. The humor is really tasteful. There's no pause for applause moments. It's like Marvel going back to its roots, in my opinion. So yeah, I really love that one. So that's going to be over on Cam and Focus this Sunday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Awesome. I don't have anything other than that Fan Fest is coming up in about a month. I'm trying to get passes. I have not written her and said that I need them yet, but there's a good chance Andrew and I will be at Fan Fest in Irving, Texas next month. I believe it's the beginning of next month. So I'm not even sure. I haven't even looked at the site, so I don't even know who's going to be there.
But I was going to say, do you know who's there?
I could probably find out real fast.
It's a month away. A lot of times they don't know until.
Oh no! This was announced. I don't want to say it's. Let's see here. It's October 4th and 5th, so it's just Saturday and Sunday. It's not. It's not going to be. So it's going to be. It looks like that most of it is. There's Bonnie Bartlett and Ed Begley Jr. from St. Elsewhere. It looks like the actors who played the original Ninja Turtles in the original Ninja Turtle movies will be there, up to and including the guy that played Shredder. Kathy Coleman from The Land of the Lost will be there.
Nice.
Irene Bedard, who was the voice of Pocahontas, will be there in the Disney Pocahontas movie. Melody Anderson from Flash Gordon will be there.
Wow.
Oh, Sam Jones from Flash Gordon will also be there. How about that? Well, how about that? Sid Croft will be there. He played Sid and Marty Croft. Sid and Marty Croft.
He's still alive?
I guess so. He's going to be there. And Wesley Ewer from Land of the Lost. Sid and Marty Krofft also did Land of the Lost. So, and William Daniels will be there. He's the voice of Knight Rider or the voice of Kit from Knight Rider, and of course he was Boy Meets World, Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World. So yes,
like
it shapes up.
Back to line.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty good. It'll be great. I haven't even looked at the voice cast or let's see.
No Star Wars people.
No Star Wars people. Okay, Diane Pershing will be there. She was the voice of Diane Pershing and Lauren Lester from the Batman animated series. Diane Pershing voiced Ivy, and Lauren Lester voiced Robin and Nightwing from Batman the animated series. And then John Morris and Mary Gibbs will both be there. John Morris voiced Andy in the first 3 Toy Story movies, and Mary Gibbs voiced Boo in Monsters, Inc.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, be some good voice actors there. And like I said, I haven't even looked at comic book guys, so, but I need to get online, and I need to buckle down. I need to kick myself in the butt and say, hey, ding dong, go get your tickets. So, and like I said, Andrew will, when I get tickets, Andrew will most likely be there with us. So it's going to be fun, and it's just 2 days. It's not a 3-day weekend thing. So I don't have to take any time off of work.
Cool.
So, all right. Well, that's going to be it for us. Y'all all have a great rest of your week and a wonderful weekend. We will see you here Monday night for MCU Mondays. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social medias, Facebook and Instagram and all that other kind of fun stuff. Hit the like and subscribe button. Push that little bell icon so you know when we do go live. We will see all of you next week right here on the Cantina Happy Hour. May the Force be with you all.
That sucked. I can't believe the Gathering Shadow was Senate redistricting.
Worst cosmic wars ever. I will only see it 3 more times today.